two of you guys' favorite builders in one of you guys' favorite communities up north. Today we are in Artavia, checking out Westin Homes, and we're checking out a beautiful David Weekley plan that y'all have never seen on this channel before. I've been told that it is absolutely gorgeous, and actually, this is my first time seeing it with you. So we're going to put that to the test and let me know whether or not that is something special that y'all have never seen before from David Weekley. And after that, we're going to go and check out the collection of all collections that can only be found in this neighborhood currently of Artavia. I have been begging for it all over Houston, but the art collection by Westin Homes is one of a kind, and they are down to their last 5 opportunities. We're going to go and check out a couple of those. If that sounds good, you are in for a special treat. Stick with me. But up first, we have David Weekley on a Hagen plan. I believe this one was one that went under contract and then the buyer busted out. At least that's what I'm gathering from. They had a sold sticker on it, but as we can see right now, we have an opportunity to get a steal. And is this David Weekley with a courtyard? Hold on. We doing a little courtyard? And another thing that David Weekley does beautifully up here is they are the builder. I would not be surprised if there isn't a 4-car garage behind this thing, okay? They are the 4-car garage kings up here in Artavia. So many of their beautiful 65-foot plans, because the width of the lot gives them the ability to get the width and depth of their lots here gives them the ability to give you a whole bunch of house and a whole bunch of garage. So I'm interested to see if this is in fact a 4-car garage. But enough yapping, back to this beautiful home. And shout out to my sales family, Miss Brittany. She was off today, and I called and said, hey, I'm stopping by to see, and she said, dang, today's my off day, but I got something gorgeous for you to go check out. Put it on the channel, please, and help me sell this thing. And this is really pretty. Really, really pretty, doing some things. All right, get into it. On overcast days like this, I actually like to keep the lights off so you can just see how much natural light is coming through. Of course, if we go into a room and it's super dark, I'll put some on for you, but I like showcasing it like this just because, especially with a builder like David Weekley that focuses so much on efficiency and just smart layouts and designs, I think that is super good to see it kind of in its natural state. And so with them, you're gonna get great finishes, upgraded appliances. We got the double ovens going on. Beautiful, beautiful. Microwaved up, and they're gonna do a little bonus. They're always gonna do a little bonus section back here. Their pantry additional bonus kitchen tuck-offs are some of the best in the business. They make me simp out so much. And there's nothing crazy on this side. You can make this as pretty as you want if you're building it, but just this little thoughtful little almost prep space, a little spice kitchen that you can set this. I wonder if you could do this with a cooktop. I'll have to ask Brittany if you can actually do this with a secondary cooktop in here, because that would be a crazy addition for this. But huge island, great storage, beautiful. So over here, a little bit of an open concept on this one. So your dining space is gonna be tucked off right next to the kitchen, but that's enough size for a really nice sized table. We'll go to this wing over here that frames the courtyard, and it looks like we have an office space. Really good size. And this plan is right around 3,400 square feet. So not the hugest, but at that number, you can get really interesting with what you do. Depending on what you do with your layout, this could be a really beautiful plan. And so far, this is shaping up to be a really beautiful plan. So we got an in-law suite on this one. Little galley closet. Mud set shower. Yep, got a mud set shower. And Brittany, man, Brittany's been doing a really beautiful job on her inventory homes over here, just making them super pretty. Looks like we got some upgraded sliders over there, but I want to just make sure I'm not missing any little nook and cranny, half bath, so that's great value. No one has to go into anyone's bedroom to use the potty if you're entertaining. Let me go to your mud area. Straight off of the garage. Now, is it open? It is open. Okay, and this is a 4-car garage. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one also is pre-plumbed for your water softener loop, so you're way less destructive if you were to do one after close. Man, turn these lights off on them. They're thinking of everything in here. Massive, absolutely massive laundry room. But most of her plans that I've seen on the 65 footers also have a lot of either prep space or folding space, enough room usually for like a little mini fridge or something in here. Really thoughtful storage. Low voltage storage right there, and a little coat closet off of the door. But coming back, man, this is beautiful. Super, super pretty. Got the sliders over there. One of the biggest back patios that I've seen for them. Looks like we got gas spigot multiple ways. We got pre-plumbed for outdoor sink. So you got a full pre-kitchen prep out here. This is a really nice size home, and you still have way more than enough room to add a pool back here. Plug for a TV on this wall. Hold on now. Is this one replacing my previous favorite David Weekley? They have a couple one stories that I just love, absolutely love, that I've sold a couple out here with Brittany. Man, okay. Let's check out the primary and then make our way on up to the second story to see how they finish it out. Ooh, I love how they vault their ceilings as well. Little bonus closet over here. I love how they vault their ceilings. Beautiful. Great selections. Did we do a standalone tub or super shower? It looks like she went super shower on this one. Villain aesthetic. Rain shower head over there. First dark spot, true dark spot in the house was the closet. Really, really nice. We got linen closet in here, where you handle your business over there. So the one drawback for me on this first floor, and it's the only drawback, is that my wife at this point is back on team. She loves herself a nice soaker bath, And so if she were to come in here, although everything else is perfect, it would be a little bit of a, I'd have to go to another floor to take a bath. So that is one decision that I probably would not have made. However, with the clientele that she has, she's run the numbers, I'm sure. And it's probably shown that in this neighborhood and at this price point, a lot of the people are doing the super shower. So did the super shower, right? So that would be the one knock for me. But I know that I'm torn with a few people right now that are just like, I hate a tub. So that would actually be perfect for them. And you know who you are. I ain't gonna call your name or your initials out, but you know who you are. Made a whole spiel about them, how they hate tubs. So something like this would be perfect for you. All right, so now we're about to go upstairs and check it out and just see how they land this thing. I love that she did this nice flooring throughout. Really good sized game room. Looks like we are wired for, looks like speakers as well as data up here. Linen closet there. Full bath off of this secondary bedroom upstairs. Is it open? Is it open? Is it open? Hey, okay, it's open, but you can't do nothing with that. For all of my attic hunters with me now. Ever since we did that media room conversion in our attic, for those of y'all that are new, I've been peeping in all the attics as of late. And for the peekaboo crew, you get a nice one of your courtyard. That's a little different peekaboo. And then your main peekaboo over here. This is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Gorgeous little catwalk that you get over here. Secondary room. So this one is a 5-bedroom with the size of that other room that we just left. I would probably use that as a pseudo media room because this one is a 5-bedroom, and with the closet on this one being a little bit bigger and also connected to this bathroom, I would probably use this as one of the rooms for Chan and R scenario. And for those of y'all that ain't new, you know I ain't walking through there, we walking around. Tell you what, we need the minutes. So this is the other side of the Jack and Jill bedroom setup. See if the closet over here is about the same. A little bit bigger with the angle over here. Is it open? Is it open? No, that one's locked. Can't show you that one. And this is the other side of that bathroom. Beautiful. Yeah, so this is a beautiful layout. But like I was saying, in terms of functionality, as well with this one being off of this game room, I would be way more likely to turn this one into like a movie room versus this being a bedroom for us. But on paper, having a 5-bedroom would typically have more value than having like a traditional movie room and 4 bedrooms because they took the time and effort to actually build out the space. And on a resale side, having that extra bedroom is usually worth a little bit more than a movie room because you can turn any bedroom into a movie room. You just put TVs in there, you paint it black, whatever, right? But if the house isn't made or hasn't been built out to give you that 5th bedroom, you can't get that value without doing that. And so the most value that what you would get out of it is usually by adding another bedroom. Bedrooms and bathrooms add the value, okay? And so on this one, it looks like we have 5 bed. What is that? 1 bath, 2 bath down. Did they have a bath over here? Was it 3 baths? Was that 3 baths? Yep, so 1 bath, 2 bath, 3 full baths, half bath. So 5 bed, 3.5 bath. That's not a terrible ratio, because that one is a Jack and Jill up there that they both share. So not a terrible ratio. I would prefer, if you were building, you can go and likely have everybody have their own bathrooms if you were doing structural changes. But for what it is right now, we got a 5 bed office, outdoor kitchen setup with a little bonus little chef setup area over there. This is an absolutely gorgeous home. 4-car garage, 4-car garage. This is the Hagen plan, just under 3,400 square feet. On this one, we have no back neighbors. And this one is going for south of 700,000. And for up here and for the size of the home and the finishes of this home, that's every bit as worth it. Now, with Brittany being my friend, me and Brittany on a hugging basis. That's my girl. She tells me when she got deals and when somebody's backing out. And she tells me when she has something beautiful, kind of like today. And so we're here, okay? And so based on that, we probably got some wiggle room. I'm a David Weekley fan, okay? I sell a lot of David Weekleys all over. Like I said, I've done a couple up here. And this is a beautiful plan that if you're looking for something like this, which I have a few people that are looking for something like this, I think this checks all the boxes and gives you the garage space that you need, okay? In terms of what she has inventory right now, she has some stuff that's a little bit smaller than this, going down to around 3,100 square feet. She has a couple that are a little bit bigger than this, going up to around 4,100 square feet. The Lathan plan, I believe I've shown you guys that on this channel a few times. I believe that used to be the model in, Sienna. I don't know if it's still open over there. I might have to do a update video, but that was the Lathan plan over there, and y'all like that one as well. You come into the first floor and it's really open concept and just beautiful and wall of windows, just super pretty layout. So yeah, that's what she has. She has stuff as low as under 600, and she has stuff that is the highest that she has in inventory right now is what we're standing in at just under 700, and we probably got room on that. I would imagine that when it's all said and done with the relationship that I have with them, we're probably looking at the 650-ish without cutting out any other assistance, closing costs and stuff like that. And then also we would have to look at whenever you wanted to make an offer, whether or not they're doing like interest rate buy downs or temporary interest rate buy downs. They're one of the few builders that pretty much year round are gonna do some kind of a financing incentive just because they have in-house help like that, where some of the other builders, like the one that we're going to after this, that doesn't have that in-house help. So another thing that they're doing is always on the finance side, there's usually going to be a better deal for an inventory with David Weekley, and that's another reason why I love them pretty much in this metro. But yeah, if you have any questions about availability, new sections, if this one isn't perfect for you and you want something like it, you want something a little bit bigger, we can find that for you. We need something a little bit smaller, we can find that for you. Let me know, hit me up, text, email, carrier pigeon, whatever you got to do. Get in touch with me and I'll make sure that I reach out to my girl Brittany and we take care of you, but we have more to see. But yeah, as we walk out of that beautiful inventory Hagen plan by David Weekley, I'm often reminded whenever I come up here just how peaceful and vibey it is up here and just different. You know, I tour a lot of places, like my neighborhood, love myself some Meridiana, but it's super flat in most of Meridiana, and it's just like a lack of trees unless you're looking at the stuff that's on the outskirts of the areas that they don't quite own for the development. And it's just always interesting to come up north where you just see all of these mature trees that they thoughtfully left behind to make sure that you just keep that greenery and basically living within the trees vibe that comes with living up north. I've always appreciated that, and a lot of my people especially my people that are from the Northeast, they really prefer living up here just because they get to see the trees and the leaves change and all that hippie stuff from being somewhere else like New York and the Virginias and all that stuff up there. But yeah, just wanted to point that out because it is super peaceful. Like, just to hear the wind rustling through these trees up here is just a vibe, and you don't get that down south, unfortunately. But enough of that yapping, enough of the hippie stuff on that. Let's go and ride around to the art collection and check out what they got for y'all to see. Really quick, I wanted to hop in here and say, hey, thank you for checking out today's video. For those of y'all that have been here for a few weeks now, y'all know that I have a brand new website and y'all are really loving it. How do I know that? Because I'm seeing every day one of y'all are hopping in here, creating your own profile and creating your own saved searches. So shout out to y'all for taking action. Whenever y'all are ready to take that next step and book a call, I'll be here for you. But for those of y'all that are new to the channel, in today's video, I wanted to hop on over and show you how to use my website. So using today's episode as an example, if we were to hop on over to my website of aaronlathan.the-vb.com, you can come on down here and type in Artavia in Conroe, Texas, and you can filter by price point, you can filter by builder, you can filter by features. There's so much that you can do to use this website to get the absolute most out of it. So all you're going to do is come up here to the filters button. You're going to scroll down until you see active. That makes sure you're not seeing anything that already has a contract on it, in case you're not really chasing something that is already pending and probably going to go to a close, right? So we would go single family homes. We can limit it to that as well. We can play with the square footage, but most importantly, one of the features that I fought the most for was to actually get builders that you can actually search for you. So using today's video, for example, we would type in Westin Homes, and then that way we would see the last few from Westin Homes in this section. And actually today's video, we checked out a couple of these on the channel. Right. So that's how simple it is. If you wanted to take it to the next step and you like what you saw and you wanted to get a save search going, you would hit this save search button up here. It's going to ask you for a little bit more information, and that way the next time something in that search parameter pops up, you're going to be one of the first ones to know about it in Houston. So that's how you use the website. It's super simple, super easy. If you have any questions at this point, I'm sure I've dropped the number or a QR code so you can book a call with me if you have any questions at all. But now let's hop back into the video. All right, we are going to show you 2 of the final 4 beautiful art collection homes that you can only get in Artavia. We're going to check out a Rutherford plan, and then next door we're going to check out their biggest one left that's right around 4,100 square feet. I believe it's the Helina plan. We're going to check out both of those. Let me know what you think. There's some things, like I said, that are special only to this neighborhood in Westin Homes. Please get in the comment section and say, hey, please bring this to other places. Please beg for it so I can get it near me on the south side, because it's a shame that this one is going to be basically the only opportunity that we know is coming for the art collection. So you're down to these last 4 or 5. I'm gonna show you half of them. If you want to make a deal, I just sold one last week on Tortoise Passage. Shout out to my client, shout out to you. Congratulations in advance. But yeah, this is your last opportunity. If you like this, you want to live in Conroe, this is your last opportunity to get something like this in Houston. Hopefully we get something else. But for now, stick with me on these beautiful homes. So first things first, one of the things that makes this special in this neighborhood in the art collection is that all of these had either the additional kind of like workshop storage area gym facility prep, or they had split garages. So on the Sonoma plan that so many of y'all, myself included, simped out for, you had the 2-car separated, you had the 1.5 car detached over here. On some of these you had 4, I believe, 2 on one side, 2 on the other. I think that one next door to it had the 4-car, and it was just a different look and feel from anything that Westin has ever shown me in this marketplace in the last 5 to 6 years of me doing this with y'all pretty much every week. I've never seen it. What you're used to are the 60 to 65 foot plans, the Carter plans, the Ashers, the Coopers now, the Collins, those kind of namesakes in their product line, and that's 60 to 65 foot wide. Up north, they're experimenting now with a 70 foot section where you can get, that's the only place you can get the Jackson. And I've been begging for that one as well, because that was a beautiful plan. But this one, I've never seen anything like it outside of like custom home builders here in the Houston Metro. And so I think it's important for y'all to check this one out with me. Let me stop the yapping and get back into this beautiful home, because on this one, although this one didn't get finished out, you can, if we'll pan back around, this neighbor had theirs set up as a gym already. And so it's already fitted out. You got plugs in here. All you got to do is come in, get you a guy Julio, put you a little mini split in here if you need my Julio. His name is actually Julio. Don't come for me. A couple of y'all came for me in the comments and was like, why you call this dude Julio? His name is legit Julio, bro. Like, trust me, come on. His name is legit Julio. For those of y'all that have hit me up, I've given you Julio's info, right? But yeah, all you gotta do, bring your person. If they happen to be Julio, come in here, finish this out, put a mini split on it, and you got a perfectly good gym. You got a perfectly good she cave, man cave, perfectly good little outdoor movie room, perfectly good little home studio, yoga studio. If you wanted to do hair, barbershop, whatever, any of these kind of like hobbies that your partner doesn't want you in the house with, gaming studio, any of these things that would make noise or you would kind of just want to be by yourself, perfect way and a perfect space to do that. And then it frames up this little semi atrium between this space and your garage space, which I think is beautiful. Beautiful double doors. And then we work our way into what I'm expecting to be a very pretty, now interior Westin home that they do a really great job on, right? So we come in here. It's not going to be anything crazy. It's not going to be the model home, right? You're going to get a lot of very simple and neutral things, white paints, light tan carpets, but solid cabinet and countertops. So you're not going to want to come in here and feel like you got to rip something out, right? Solid finishes. The rotunda that all of y'all love so much from other states. When y'all come to visit, y'all all reference the rotunda. Looks like we have a either dining or office nook. Because you got the rotunda, we have your tree area. Little Harry Potter closet style under the stair. Oh, looks like, is it wet? All right, not wet. So we got a little dry bar, separate area over here. Beautiful kitchen. I love the uses of the natural wood tones with this white and gold in here as well. See if they got the garage open just so you can get an idea. So this is pretty deep. This actually might be not quite as deep as that 4-car we just saw, but it's deeper than a standard 2-car for real. So you would probably be able to treat that almost like a 3-car tandem over there. Looks like we have your laundry that will connect to, yes, your primary closet. So we'll go that way just so you can say you saw it. This is your actual, pantry area. Pretty good size for a house this big, and this is just show-stopping. Oh my goodness. So to me, this field gives a very 2-2 floor plan. And before, I know people are gonna jump in the comments, what's 2-2 floor plan? For those of y'all that are new, Westin Homes has a cathedral ceiling, family room, living room, dining room area right off of their kitchen that does this and goes about this length. And it just feels almost like you're going to church. That's what it feels like. And this is giving that same kind of vibe with just how expansive this is. Another plan that does this for Perry Homes, I believe it's the 4199, that has a little catwalk that frames this whole family area, and then you have this wall of windows like this as well. So a lot of you guys' favorite builders do something similar, but it's usually at a higher price point because they're doing it usually on a wider footprint home than this one is. But I'm loving what I'm seeing. Tons of storage. Looks like we have another secondary bedroom, or is this a primary? This is actually the primary. So we got the primary on this side. Again, beautiful finish selections over here. And this is actually the house that I thought my client was gonna get, and they ended up going another route. And that floor plan is beautiful as well. Y'all know, for those of y'all that have been here a while, y'all know I'm a simp for a 2-story back patio, and they are doing it on this one. So that wall of windows just frames out this beautiful back patio. Tons of indoor outdoor vibes. Now, one thing I don't see on this one is a gas spigot. Oh, spoke too soon. So we do have gas out here. They don't have the water prep like David Weekley has on theirs. I know on video this looks kind of crazy with how sloped this is, but that is because we have basically a swell system. And so for rain that's dropping in your backyard, it's gonna go into this little shallow area here. It's gonna run along your fence line. It's gonna meet the low spot at your neighbor's fence, and then it's gonna go out to the street, okay? So I know that looks crazy, but that's how they do it here in Texas. Tons of room for a pool. If you were to put a pool here, you'd have to have your pool guy refix the drainage just to make sure it drains properly. But tons of room for activities back there. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, so this is a 4-bed. Let's see if, make sure I didn't miss anything. Beautiful though, just the vibes on this are crazy. Got another half bath down here. That's great for values. We love to see it. Where you do your business on that side, just so you can say you saw it. Gorgeous. So that's 1 bed, 2 bed, okay. So that's half of them. Let's go up now, up the little rotunda. Put some eyes on upstairs, and I'm expecting nice size rooms, and I'm expecting a nice size game room and media room, because that's what Westin has trained me to believe I should see. And a nice little peekaboo, both ways. We come up, we have your game room. Is it open? Is it open? They don't have it open. If I was a bed man, which I kind of am, I would imagine that you would have space back there to make this a 5-bedroom if you were to investigate what was behind that wall. So not something that you'd be able to do through them, but definitely something to explore if you, or you can make this a little nook. You got room. And with your main AC system being in this attic, I would almost imagine that there's nothing, almost nothing on that side. Interesting. Good sized game room. Good deal. No pre-wire for speakers or anything on this one. So you'd have to retrofit that in if you were to go with this plan. Then we have secondary bedroom over here. Pretty good size. Good natural light on both walls. Little Peter Pan step-in closet. And then we have Jack and Jill style. Again, now that's gonna be pretty much a staple for most of the Westin homes that I've sold in the last few years, since they have gone away from being basically an inventory, basically a custom builder to an inventory builder around the metro, is the use of the Jack and Jill for the secondary bedrooms. So if that's something that you don't quite love, well, in this neighborhood, you wouldn't have any more opportunities. They're already built out. These are the last few. But if you were going Westin in another area and we caught them early enough, that might be something that we could ask for up front. I know I've had them do slight modifications in the past since they've made the inventory only transition, but that might be kind of going outside of their realm of changes that they would be comfortable doing. But that is the Rutherford plan. I think it is beautiful. For my family's needs, that would be outstanding. We would make that a gym immediately. Get this gut off me immediately. That would be a gym. Got a movie room, have an office. Yeah, this one had an office, have an office, have a gorgeous indoor, outdoor kind of vibe with how beautiful this view site is to this living space right here. It would be amazing if these were sliders. Like if these two were sliders, that would be amazing. But even still, it's still pretty great. Looks like we would also have built-in ovens with the cooktop that haven't been installed quite yet, but that's what would be coming. All right, so we'll check out pricing for this one. Again, this is the Rutherford plan. They currently have it marked down to $724, but on the pre-negotiations of this one, before my client switched over to the other one, I think we actually had them down under 700. So we would still have a little bit more room. If you come out here, tell Sheila that I sent you and she would take care of you for sure. Give me a little notice. I'll meet you out here and we can make sure that we get a little bit more help. But yeah, because they're in closeout, they're really in no incentive to just drop their prices a ton. They want to maintain the values of the people that have been here, and that for the house that they're going to close after yours, so they're not just going to give you everything, right? But they were willing to drop the price and give some closing cost assistance for my client. And with their specific situation of them being VA, that's actually going to probably give them some money back at closing, right? So beautiful thing, Rutherford plan. Now let's go and check out that really big one next door. And before we go over to this big old mansion next door, y'all been watching this video for probably about 30 or so minutes. I ain't got a call, text, Instagram DM. I ain't got nothing from y'all to hit me up to say, first, that you love the channel, and second, hey, Aaron, I'm either moving to or I'm already here and I'm trying to find my place. I ain't got that call from you and you're breaking my heart, so I'm gonna give you like 5 seconds. We're gonna do it old school. I'm gonna give you like 5 seconds. That's enough? Hit me up, man. Number's gonna be on the screen. QR code is gonna be on the screen. Best way to get in touch with me is gonna be one of those. I would prefer you book a call. If you call me out the blue, you're probably gonna talk to my AI assistant. They're gonna funnel you over to book a call, because that's the best way for us to make sure that we're on the same page, that we're dialed in, that you're focused, I'm focused on accomplishing your goals. Sit down, we're gonna do a virtual consultation. We'll go over everything, all the questions, and make sure that we're locked in on a strategy. Only way I can do that is if you book that call. If you're like some of my other clients, like the one that bought here a week ago, they popped up without me, told Sheila, hey, I'm with Aaron. Sheila made sure that they got in the houses that they wanted to see. We were able to then talk numbers to get them to a certain point that everybody was comfortable with, and we worked it out that way. Had I known a little bit more in advance, we maybe would have potentially been able to get a little bit more. I like to call on your behalf. That way you're not showing up and backing yourself into a number that was potentially even higher than they were willing to give up front, right? So whenever you come out here, if you're gonna go solo, no shade, no tea, I'm cool with that. There's a lot of communities. I know sometimes you just wanna not feel like you're being sold to, which is not my style anyway. I'm just along for the ride, and I'm here to provide guidance and expertise and use the leverage of my relationships and the contracts that I have all over the city to get you the best deal possible, just because they can say, hey, I've worked with Aaron before, or I can look in the system and see that Aaron has contracts all over Houston with my company. That's what I'm here for, is to be of value to you that way, in a level that most people can't say in Houston. That's not a fluff thing, right? If you go on the places that I specifically target, and I'm serious about building relationships with these people in these neighborhoods, they know me, I've brought them great people, and when my people show up, even without me, you'll oftentimes be given like a, hey, because you know Aaron, or because you're here because of Aaron, I'll give you this extra on top of this. This happens all the time. I would like to be brought in on the forefront to help you kind of pre-grease those wheels, but if you're gonna go solo, at the bare minimum, put my info down, tell them that you're here with me, and they'll take care of you, okay? Only way that you can do that is either put my name down on those guest cards when you show up solo, give me a call, give me a text, or book a call. That's the best way to make sure that we're on the same page, and that we cut down on some of the biggest saving is really the drive time. There's thousands of master plan communities in here in the Houston metro with a lot of these same builders, and not every neighborhood is built the same. Not every neighborhood has a pool, wink wink, like Artavia. Not every neighborhood has, gated sections. Not every neighborhood has really nice water sections. Not every neighborhood has custom home builders, right? So there's certain things that I can cut down on for you if you hit me up before, but if you're not gonna do that, at least put my name down once you come out here to tour these homes, so we can make sure that we take care of you. Whenever it's time for contract time, we wanna make sure that you're not taking advantage of and you're getting the best deal possible. But now, let's get back to this beautiful, over 4,000 square foot home that I have never seen. So we're seeing this one for the first time together, first time on this channel, and it's the last opportunity for right now to get this floor plan in Houston. So last but not least, we have Westin Homes, and this is the Helina plan. And this is a 3.5 car, so you got one storage side built out, and then you have garage side that they've already given you a garage door for. So this is a different take on what we just saw next door, where that one was kind of like these were oversized 2-car here with that little side. This one we have 2-car attached, 1.5 car detached, framing up this beautiful little courtyard, giving very Newmarket kind of vibes on this one. Looks like they have a little bit of a pad that you would be able to connect to here if you were to start using that as a secondary garage. And then we come on in this beautiful home, and this is different. I have never seen this plan before. And the first thing that I notice is no signature rotunda, but this is gorgeous. Just look how that frames up with all those windows, and I think you got windows on this side as well. So it just makes this, look at that view. Oh my gosh, gorgeous. So this is going a little bit more modern villain aesthetic, which is more my vibe. Westin, I love the plans. I love what they do. They are probably my favorite two-story big family home inventory builder because they do such a great job at just giving you the spaces that I expect at a footprint. If it's on a 50-foot, I'm expecting 4 to 5 bedrooms, media room, office. I'm expecting that. If it's a 60-foot or better, I'm expecting 4 to 5 bedrooms, office, media, nice size game room, and some flex spaces that you wouldn't get on a 50-foot. And this is what this is already doing. So instead of a more formal dining over here, it looks like we have it separated in this little side room over here with some hutches. And we have some overflow space over here as well. Going to your office, super beautiful. What's down this little hallway? Is this a little wing? Hold on. So we'll go to your first half bath. So when you got guests downstairs, they're not all in your bedroom. That looks like that's going to connect laundry room to your primary. So we'll see that when we get on that side. This is your mud room coming off of your garage. And yes, this is a standard 2-car garage over here. This will be a little mud area. Drop your bags and your shoes, and so you don't track all that in the house. Looks like we have a ensuite, which is important because this is going to be a secondary sort of in-law suite, kind of indoor suite sort of secondary side of the house for that elderly parent or somebody that you have moving in, or that guest that you kind of want on the opposite side. They would be over here in this little area. Closet isn't super tiny, but isn't the biggest, but that is about what I would expect on a house on this width for a secondary in-law suite kind of bath. Now let's get into this primary and see what we feel. Pretty. Really pretty. So still gives the tall ceilings. I love how they have the bedroom in this little niche framed out. Let's see, is it the same height, or is it gonna make me stress out because they're at different heights? So they have those at the same height. Beautiful, beautiful. Love that they did that, because that would have pissed me off if that was like 6 foot and then that was 8 foot. So that's beautiful that they did that. It looks like we have a breakfast nook as well. So this is the entertaining house. This is the Christmas house. Everybody's coming over here for the big gatherings. You got people in both stations. This might be one of the biggest islands that I've ever seen. This island is almost as big as my San Antonio apartment. Shout out to me for ever dissing my San Antonio apartment. Pantry is not the biggest for a house that is this big, but again, I've sold a lot of plans where they'll look and point to this storage and be like, look, well, you got all these cabinets and these hutches in this house to supplement that and keep you in the entertainment space. So stop crying about it. And I would tend to agree. I've never had somebody move into a house that has a pantry that size in a home this size that says they don't have enough storage space. They seem to make it work. Got the gas over here. Westin doing a little slider on this one. So I think that's beautiful. They probably were able to do it a little bit on here because they're not holding as much load from that taller ceiling. If I had to guess why they chose to do it on this one and not the Rutherford plan, it would be the lack of weight that they have to hold on this side of the house is from a structural standpoint. If I had to put my old construction nerd hat on, That would be my guess, but it gives all the other vibes, man. This is a good, if that's 8-foot doors, that's probably what 15, 16-foot ceilings in here on the tallest spot, and then that's probably 10 or 11 foot up in there. So it feels tall in the right spaces, and it feels like it's a grand and elegant space. You got your spa like bathroom, which I think is gorgeous. Standalone tub, split vanities, oversized shower. Yeah, they did it, man. Hey, yo, they did it. I ain't gonna hold you, they did it. Where you handle your business. Really, really big closet over here. Looks like we got a secondary closet over here. And then this would connect to your laundry room. It doesn't look like you have an extra plug in here. Oh, looks like you do, for maybe like a little mini fridge or a little deep freezer or something over here, but really good size. All right, check out this primary real quick. Good size, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. I've seen bigger. But I've also seen smaller, right? So this is a great size. That's a little rainwater catch that a lot of the builders do out here in Artavia to help you with watering your garden and not wasting a lot of water. A little different thing that I've seen out in this neighborhood. On my bills in David Weekley, they did that as well. I didn't know Westin was doing that over here as well. But yeah, that's beautiful. Oh. That reminds me of there was a model, it wasn't a model home, but it was an inventory home that I showed you guys from Drees in my neighborhood of Meridiana that had corner glass like this off of the stairs. And this is reminding me heavily of that plan. Now we upstairs. So we lose the main peekaboo, which is different. But you got the ballroom peekaboo over here. Still a Westin, so I am expecting a nice game room and a nice media room. Looks like both of those are checked. Go to this wing. Tons of natural light, super pretty. Good closet. Hey, is it open? Is it open? Not open. Good finishes. Nothing too crazy. Separate bath, which is unique for their secondary rooms. So that's, hold on, let me see if they upgraded this one a little bit more than the others and gave everybody their own bath. Separate bath over here. Okay, and they're using this kind of as a catch-all for everybody. So for this bedroom, it looks like this bedroom would share that bath, as well as the game room and media room would also all use this bath. So I'm not the hugest fan of that. And so if we were living here, that room would be Chandler's. That would just be an overflow room that we put somebody in there that ain't gonna be here that long to be mad about sharing their bathroom with everybody that ever comes over. that's how we would handle it, and I'm sure that's how most of my other clients would handle it as well. But this has been a gorgeous home, and if I ever see the name again in a different city suburb, I'll be able to say, hey, I got a video on that one, which I love doing for y'all. Another thing that often happens with me is people will hit me up and be like, hey, have you ever shown or seen this model anywhere else? Have you ever recorded it so you can put eyes on it and see if it's even worth a trip out here? And one of the things about me doing this for, now it's going on 6 years, 5 or 6 years. And shout out to y'all who have been here for however long you've been here. I appreciate you for supporting me and my family's channel. But I got a weird little tick where I can remember faces and model home locations better than pretty much any other stat or fact in the world. I don't know where that obsession comes from, but it is like an obsession of mine, and it bothers me when I see somebody and I'm just like, and I'm doing weird stuff when it happens. Like I'll be in a model home talking to somebody and I'll be looking at them and I'll just like step back and be like, you were in Tomball 3 years ago. Like I'm doing the weirdest things, so don't judge me if you ever tune with me and you see me do that. It's just me working through my own little mental hurdles right there. But I can now say that I've added a Rutherford and I've added a Helina plan, okay? A St. Helena plan. And I won't forget that, because in my old days of playing football, St. Helena dog walked the hell out of Episcopal High School when we played them in football. So I'll never forget this home name as well. But this was beautiful. This is the art collection. It is an upgraded vibe and feel. This one is currently listed at $750. We probably could get this closer to $7, but it'll probably be somewhere in that like $715 to $720-ish kind of vibes, just based on what I was able to do with my last client here. They're being pretty good sticklers on it, because again, this is the only neighborhood that has this comp in it. There's nowhere else that you can point to and say, I bought an art collection here in Houston for less. Can't do it. I think this is a good test pilot area for 65 foot plus, and I'm hoping that it becomes one that catches on all over, because I think these are some of the prettiest plans that I've seen from them. Y'all love that Sonoma plan, and I think we added 2 more from the art collection that I think y'all are gonna love as well. But yeah, that's the video for the day. So we saw a few plans that I have never seen before, and we've added some to the catalog. So if you had to pick between the beautiful David Weekley plan and the 2 Westin Home plans, both on 65 foot wide lots, which one are you going with? And before I get on out of here today, I enjoyed my time touring with y'all. It was great to see some of you guys' favorite builders on my channel, and Westin and David Weekley Homes. But if you loved these homes that you saw today, and you love this size, and you love something that is this grand and gives so much beauty like this, I absolutely know you're gonna love this video right here.